So what makes dorsal vagal complicated too is that other people might also be trying to pour into you, right? Be trying to like hug you, be trying to like give you advice, be trying to, say words of encouragement, be wanting to spend time with you. But you're just not able to receive that love because being connected, right? That social engagement center, where does that live? The ventral vagus, right? So if you're in Crown Heights, mad far from the Bronx, and that's where the social engagement center lives, you're kind of too far away from that in order to receive what the people in your life are trying to like give you. Getting out of shutdown first requires you to ground yourself into the present, or being able to ground yourself into the present moment. Ideally, creating a pleasant moment for you to then ground yourself into, so that your nervous system, your body knows that you're not actively in danger anymore. It also requires you to do some gentle movement, probably. You're probably feeling really stuck. You probably don't want to move. You're probably feeling really exhausted. So I'm not suggesting you push yourself hard, because pushing yourself will make your nervous system become overwhelmed and retreat even further. So you definitely don't want to be exercising really hard if you're feeling emotionally shut down, but you want to do some gentle movement, even if it's walking around your place, going for a walk with a dog or by yourself, two-stepping it or dancing around your place, drumming on something, swaying. If there's any like gentle stimming that you could be doing, that would be a really great opportunity to do that. Connecting with your community and seeing if there are other people's nervous systems that you could be connecting with. If shit is just too intense, like sometimes the shutdown could really just be shutting down, all right? And you could just feel like, I don't know if I have the tools myself to pull myself out of this. This just feels too deep. That's cool. You don't have to do everything by yourself. Who says individualism? No, we don't do that here. We do community. Access your community. Access people that you trust. I'm sure if you reach out, your actual people will not think that you're a burden. I'm sure they will be so happy to reach out and give you that support, to give the safety that they feel, at least in the moment, and pour that into you. Or the misery around how terrible the world is, but that you have each other no matter what. Moving out of dorsal vagus into that fight flight is kind of like warming up your car. It's like preheating the oven before cooking something in there, This is kind of just easing your body back into movement, easing your body out of shutdown. You also want to pay attention to your self-talk, because if you're saying mean things to yourself, if you're like, you should know better, this is why you always do this, right? That's just gonna cause your nervous system to shut down even more. So I would suggest, try talking to yourself like you were your friend, like someone you liked, because I'm pretty sure if somebody else tried to talk sideways to someone that you really liked and really cared about, you wouldn't let them say that shit. So boom, you realized, oh wait, I'm shut down right now. You grounded yourself, you did some movement, you avoided being mean to yourself. You realized that you needed some help from your community, so your community came in and either like body doubled with you or engaged in some gentle movement with you, or something, whatever is in your toolkit, whatever works to bring you out of a shutdown sort of feeling. So now you're in fight flight, which on one hand, congratulations, right? Yeah, you did it. On the other hand, this kind of feels not like a success the first time you realize, you're intentionally doing this somatic work, because that's when you start to notice how angry you are or how anxious you are, and you start to feel those uncomfortable feelings again, that your nervous system was just like, thought we were going to shut down about this, right? But in order to get to that ventral vagal state, you gotta go through Manhattan, right? You gotta go through this fight flight feeling. You need to allow your body to somatically kind of work through some of this. So you might go, what are you saying? What does that look like? Great question. Moving up from a fight or flight up to your ventral vagus really involves knowing how to check in with your body and figuring out what your body needs, because it really depends on what's going on in that moment. Do you have pent up energy that you need to release? Because if that's the case, then you might actually need to go do something to release that. So I don't know, go exercise or go, I don't know, play video games. And until you release that energy, your nervous system is not going to be ready really for you to do anything else. So figure out what you need, go dance, I don't know. Let's say it's not that, right? Are you hungry? Did you eat? And did what you eat have protein in it? Because remember, protein helps reduce the stress hormone cortisol in your system. So you need some protein. Plant-based, animal, I don't care. Did you have carbs? Because like your prefrontal cortex needs glucose. So you need sugar or carbs to feed your prefrontal cortex so it can move closer to being able to think clearly, right? And being able to feel safe. If you're hungry or you're not feeding yourself enough, your body is going to be in fight or flight a lot because you're not eating, and you can't be safe until you eat. And are you dehydrated? Like, check in on yourself. The basic needs. How's your sleep? Stuff like that. Are you cold? Are you too hot? Those are definitely things that can trigger an increased fight response. Really making sure that your environment is as comfortable as you can make it, and someone can be like, oh, that's so superficial. Oh, well, no, that matters. Like, your nervous system needs that love, like whatever is in your power. Oh yeah, I forgot. Do you need to stim? Is there any stimming that releases pent-up energy for you that's not harmful? Then do that. Please, 100% do that. Are you in pain? Right? Are you in any physical pain? Because if you're dealing with physical pain, that can also make your fight-flight response larger than it would be otherwise. And it could also make you more easily triggered into a fight-flight response, and even right back into shutdown. If you're already dealing with pain and then something else happens, your nervous system could be like, absolutely not, goodbye.